Hi guys, it's the girl in Mutamz, also known as Global Z, a girl from Zambia. Girl from Zambia. A girl from Zambia. If you're new to my YouTube channel, you know the usual. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can be notified each time I upload videos. This is another story time video. I get this question many times. People ask me this question about my relationship with a Ghanaian man. What do you think of Ghanaian men? Are they good people? Sometimes I don't really want to talk about these things, but for the sake of people who've been asking me this question a lot, I don't know if maybe they want to date Ghanaian men. I don't know. So I will tell you my own personal experience and also tell you the reasons why I think most women will prefer other nationalities compared to Ghanaian men, or why most Ghanaian men will prefer their own Ghanaian women instead of other nationalities. Yeah, I think I got that one right. Okay, a quick disclaimer. This is my view. Now my view. Don't come fight me in the comment section and say, no, this is, I'm talking from my experience. In 2006, I was about to leave the UK to come back to Zambia. For those of you who've watched my Storytime Part 1, Part 2, I've explained why I was meant to go back to Zambia, but I changed my mind. But I didn't really say much on why I changed my mind, though I said I wanted to stay here and, find my feet here in the UK. Part of the reasons why I stayed back was because I met somebody. I had a friend, Bridget is my destiny helper. The reason why I'm not going to talk much about part 1 and part 2 of the video is because I expect you as my viewers, please, I'm begging you to watch my videos, so at least you won't be lost when I'm saying things. So Bridget, my destiny helper again, she's always been my destiny helper. She introduced me to her friend, a Zambian guy, and some Zimbabweans. We used to go clubbing at weekends. I used to enjoy my Hennessy, guys. I can mix for you Hennessy and Jack Daniels. So I would mix Hennessy, Jack Daniels with Coke. We would go drinking. And Hennessy is like 20 pounds here. It's affordable for me, yeah. But other parts of the world, it can be expensive. But here it's affordable. If you do one shift, you can take some of the money and buy Hennessy, champagne. So the guys would buy us Hennessy because Bridget was dating one of the Zimbabwean guys, and we would go out clubbing. Sometimes we would just do our own clubbing, like girls only would go out in a town called High Wycombe. We would drink. I used to love drinking what is it called, WKD Blue and Bacardi Breezer. Bacardi Breezer was the what? All the flavors, I tasted every flavor. So I'll drink Bacardi Breezer a lot and Hennessy. So on one particular day, we're supposed to go out to a town called Reading, and Bridget was supposed to come along, but she had an argument with one of the guys. So like, lady, I'm not coming with you. I was like, but you promised me we're gonna go out. And as a young girl, my son is in Zambia, I have no kids, no nothing, and I was off the following day. What am I doing at home? So I went with these guys. They were like my brothers. So I went with these guys. We went to Reading because one of the guys, the Zambian guy, was living in Reading. He bought himself a new car from Reading. So he wanted one of the guys to drive his old car and then his new car and then another car. So we were basically, convoy of 3 cars going to High Wycombe. They're all married guys. They're like our brothers. Why not? So that's how we went to Reading. The guy parked his car and then we took one of the cars and then we went out to a club. I don't even remember the club. So we get into this club and all I see is lots of black men, and I'm not interested. I'm not interested at all, because my mind was made up. I've got somebody in Zambia. I have a son, by the way. So by then I had a son who was in Zambia. So why should I be looking for another man? I want to go back to Zambia and start a life. But then I was planning to even travel to South Africa to study at a university called KwaZulu-Natal. And then if I had gone to South Africa, I was then going to sort myself out and see how we can come to the UK as a family on a visa as a nurse. I wanted to study nursing. I wanted to study nursing just to come back to the UK. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So I'm sitting in the club, bored, obviously, because Bridget is not there. And I see one tall, dark guy, skinny. He offers me to dance. I'm like, first question I asked him, my Nigerian people don't kill me, was, are you a Nigerian? And the guy said, no. Okay, no problem. I'm from Ghana. Oh, God, you're from Ghana. I'm planning to go back to Zambia anyway. Why do you want to go back to Zambia? And this guy really discouraged me. So, we met from there. We got talking. We would talk for hours and hours. We became really, really close. And obviously, he was more enlightened in terms of, he knew I was not from Ghana, but still accepted me as a Zambian. And I remember when he took me out for the first time, we went to buy food in a Ghanaian restaurant and we ate wache, a very hot peppery soup. Rice, yes, with a very hot peppery stew called shito and, mixed with meat. Hey, I couldn't eat it. I couldn't even bear chili. I only tasted a bit. It was my first time, and I remember, I think the owner, Mama Lad, was not even happy that I didn't even eat much. I think she just thought, who is this girl that will come to my restaurant and not even eat my food at all? We should have carried takeaway anyway. So from there, we got, talking, and then there was a time where we had to move in together because I had to move from High Wycombe. Like I told you, I was still trying to sort out my documents and stuff. So I thought, okay, since I can transfer my work from High Wycombe to Reading, why not? And that's how I even learned how to drive. So he taught me how to drive quickly. I knew how to drive. And we began having differences, based on culture. I can't cook Ghanaian foods then, but now I can cook. I know how to cook Ghanaian foods. I couldn't cook Ghanaian foods, and just so many differences that we had. But when you're in a relationship with someone, and then you notice that certain things are not working out, I'm like, no, we'll try and work it out. That's a big mistake that we normally make as women, especially when we fall in love. We feel we can change a man. And men, I'm encouraging you to attend men's conference this week. We're talking about love, Valentine's. So those of you who have men's conferences in your countries, go to men's conferences. African men, you need it. So, we would have these disputes where the guy would just say, oh, me, I don't want to date you. You're from Zambia, I'm Ghanaian, I want to marry a Ghanaian woman. And those are the statements that he would always make. Now, I found myself pregnant, and he was not happy, obviously. He was not happy at all. Why would you be pregnant and everything? I was like, it just happened, or Charlie, it just happened, I'm pregnant. Besides, we're staying together. So we're staying together. And of course, I was in love at that time. And we still had these differences. And from my experience with Ghanaians is that Ghanaians tend to not to accept other people. That's why I'm not surprised that Ghanaians are doing what they're calling, is it returning home? You're returning home from America to Ghana because their culture is what you are supposed to be part of, not any other part of culture. That's Ghanaians for you. They feel their food is better than your food. And by the way, these are my opinions. Their food is better than your food. You would have visitors come over home and they'll just, you've cooked in shima. I'm Zambian, so we eat in shima, which is more like semolina or maize meal, mixed with whatever you want. Some people add cassava, and then you can eat it with vegetables and stew. And Ghanaians will say, what's this? Excuse me? This is my country food. You have to eat it. You've come to visit me, eat it. No. They will go across the road and buy meat and fufu to come and cook in my house. So it became a challenge whereby, some of them would even make comments like, oh, if you marry a Ghanaian woman, you'll be happier than this. They would make such comments. I was touched because, it's not my fault that I was Zambian. And I tried my best to even learn from my fellow Ghanaian women that were dating these guys, I tried to go to their houses and ask them, can you teach me how to cook this rice? Can you teach me how to make this? Can you teach me how to make this? And I remember one day going to one of the guys' places, like I told you, like family friends. So one of the ladies' house, I went there for just a few minutes, like an hour. She made a comment I will never forget. And this comment was Ghanaians don't marry foreign women. They don't marry women from other places unless Ghanaian women. And that comment really got me, because she was not the first one that ever said this actually. Another Ghanaian man said it to my friend, a Zimbabwean who was dating a Ghanaian man then. She said the same thing. And I remember we would also go to parties, Ghanaian parties. And we who are dating these Ghanaian men, because they have not yet married us, they have not even paid dowry on our heads, so we're just girlfriends. Despite me even having 2 kids, because then I had from one child and then another one came, I was still classed as a girlfriend, not a wife. So I remember we were at an engagement of one of the girls, and I was asking myself, like, okay, we have 2 kids, and this person has not married me, has not even done an engagement for me. And this lady just commented to say, you are lucky, telling the other Zimbabwean girl, you are lucky you don't even have a child for this Ghanaian guy you are dating. He will never marry you. Like point blank, they would say that. And I was like, okay, so I have 2 kids, so this person will never marry me. And I was always told by this person that I'm going to marry a Ghanaian woman. I'm not going to marry any other woman but a Ghanaian woman. And when he walked out, it came as a shock to others, but it's something that I was already prepared for. It's just that I've never come to social media and say, oh, this is what is happening. Yes, every couple has disputes, every couple has, arguments, but with him, it was more like he never felt he belonged to the Ghanaian community, because he was not dating a Ghanaian woman. And all these Ghanaians that we were surrounded with had Ghanaian women in their houses. So each time we would visit, we would find this fufu, yam, all this type of food which has been cooked from Ghana. Whereas some of the foods which I couldn't cook, we would have to buy from a lady called Mama Lad, because she would cook lots of food. And in as much as in the beginning, it was okay, but he felt it was no longer acceptable for him to be buying food from these other places. And even though him, he is a good cook, he could cook loads of food. And the Ghanaian men, when they would visit, like, oh, you spoil this lady, Charlie. Why not get yourself Ghana woman that will be cooking for you? As our women, they cook for us. And he would always say, oh, but this, and you would try and negotiate with them, but you would feel that sense of not belonging. In as much as I had these 2 kids, I'm not a Ghanaian. I would go to Ghanaian parties and then they would say, oh, ona Ghanani, meaning is she Ghanaian? Or they'll greet me in Ghanaian at the same, and then somebody will say ona Ghanani, meaning like she's not Ghanaian. Oh, how are you? How are you, our wife? Oh, how are you? How are you? And the same people that were always like, oh, our wife. When this person walked out, it was easy for the person to, how men are. Not every person, when they leave a relationship, we can't say it's only Ghanaian men or whatever. Most men, they will just have something to say. So they'll say, oh no, this person is like this person is like this, that's why I've walked out. But there was always a plan of them walking out with a Ghanaian woman. So the same people that would always come, I would host them, we would have drinks, we would have food and all sorts of things, are the people that were even at his marriage, engagement, whatever you can call it. That is people for you. And it made me realize that all these years that I spent with this person, had 2 kids for him, were years that people pretended to be there for me. Because I am not Ghanaian, I was not accepted. But because this person, the person was marrying, is Ghanaian. And Even the parents, the mom to this guy, accepted this woman because she's Ghanaian. Unfortunately for them, I've even seen their Facebook conversation, like public. Oh, my wife, our wife, our this and that. The mom is more happy that he is with this Ghanaian woman. And there was also pressure as well from his family that he should marry somebody from Ghana. So now that he has somebody from Ghana, there's that joy, there's that peace. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. It's a girl, Mutamz, also known as Galopa Said. If you enjoy more of my stories, stay tuned to my YouTube channel.